Hi, Phil Aston here from nowspinning.co.uk, and this is a special video and it's part one of two, and I'm very pleased to welcome back Charlie White to the channel, who will be doing this segment with me. We have for the last kind of few weeks seen lots of articles about the demise of the CD, saying that vinyl is taken over and nobody loves CDs anymore. Those of you that know me and the Now Spinning channel know that I love CDs, and I have to say they are still my preferred format. And Charlie as well will tell you that CD is also his preferred format. Both of us have tons of vinyl, but we also have tons of CDs and we still love buying them. And so the reason for doing this video was to kind of validate our love for this format and to kind of help the labels realize that there is still a huge audience out there for the CD format. So what we've done is, between us, we came up with 10 reasons why we feel the CD format is still a wonderful thing to behold. So Charlie's going to do the first 5, and then I am going to do a separate video with my 5 reasons why I love the CD format. So without further ado, here's Charlie.
This is a compact disc. It's been with us since 1982, and it came to us from Sony and Philips of Netherlands. Together they jointly developed the compact disc as a replacement or as the next step in musical delivery services for record companies. But I got my first compact disc back in 1987, I believe, and I bought it was Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, and ever since then I've been sold on the compact disc as my preferred format of musical playback. So let's move forward. It is the year 2021. We have lived through a pandemic, and physical media now has become almost passé, almost irrelevant to the music listeners of the day. No one's buying physical media anymore, or at least buying very less of it. And so now we're almost at a point, at least here in the United States, where compact discs are almost being phased out completely. Yeah, there's still pressing vinyl records and stuff like that, but if you want to have your new music in a physical format, chances are the compact disc is going to be very lower priorities for the record companies and very hard for you to find. So, why is the compact disc my favorite format? Let's start with number 1. Number 1 is the sound. You can't beat the sound if you want to, but I don't want to get into a discussion about digital versus analog and stuff like that, of records versus compact disc. But universally, over a large gamut of music, the compact disc is the best sounding format out there. There's no clicks, no pops, no hiss, nothing. It's just straight music. And if it's done right, it could sound very, very good. The second reason I like compact discs is the size. Look at this. Look at that size. Records are big, bulky, and heavy. All my records right now are in storage, and most of those boxes weigh about 80 pounds each, and they're full of records. And compact discs, they can be heavy too if you have a lot of these. I do have a lot of these, but as people people know me, know that I removed the cases and just use them as a folder. But it's right there in the name, size. My third favorite reason why I like compact disc is conversion. Now, what I mean by that, the ability to convert the music from one format to another format so I can take it with me in my phone or play it back in my car. Because my car doesn't have a compact disc player. In fact, most cars sold these days don't have compact disc players. So it's easy for me to convert a new album on CD through my computer than it is doing it with using a record. Yeah, I've done it before. I've done it before all the time. I've shown it here on the channel how to do it. It's just a more elaborate process. And I think the compact disc lends itself to that much better than records. Ease of playback. Now this one's going to take a little to explain on my part to get my point across to you. You know, I'm not talking about turning on a CD player, pressing the open button, dropping the CD in a drawer, and pressing play again. I'm not talking about that at all. What I'm discussing is the fact that if you spend $25 to $35 on a brand new record, and your primary player is a $65 Crossley suitcase style player, I don't get the point of buying a record at that point, because the record is half the cost of the player itself. That's not the case with the compact disc player. That's not the case with the compact disc format at all. You could spend, you could spend $20 on a CD. You may spend even more than that on a CD at certain times. But you know, let's take an example of a regular catalog style selection by, let's say, Billy Joel from back in his catalog. And it's probably, you know, $9.99 in the Amazon store. You could spend $9.99, and you can spend $10 on a Billy Joel CD, and then spend another $65 again, not for the Crossley, but for a low-end Blu-ray player. And the CD will still play in the Blu-ray player. The CD will always play in an optical player, and give you, in my opinion, probably better sound than the Crossley will. That's what I'm talking about. Ease of playback. It's the ability that so compact discs are almost universal. You can't say that about records right now. You sort of could say it, but you know, in order to get I think the best performance out of a record, especially when you spend that much money on, if not more than that, you need to step beyond the $65 Crossley suitcase player that we see all the time, that I see all the time in stores, and maybe step up a couple $100 to a basic player from Music Hall or Riga, or something like that, which puts you in the category of around $300 to $400, or you can spend several $1,000s on a record, on a turntable, to get the best performance out of a record. You don't need to go that far with a compact disc. You can, you can go out and get a external DACs and everything and get customized electronics for that. But the entry point to a better sound is much easier with a compact disc than it is with a record. And we finish up with number 5. And this is a big one. Cost. Dollar for dollar, a compact disc will cost less than its record counterpart today. And I'm talking about a new release, not a used record or a used CD or that. Because even then, the disparity between the cost of each one becomes even greater. I'm trying to keep this in a very contained area here of discussion. Now, box sets are very popular, at least overseas, from what I see from my friends in the community who have the ability to buy box sets. And the price of the box sets that I've seen that pass through my Facebook feed and other places that I shop is the record version of the box set is priced much higher than versus the compact disc version of the box set, if there's one available at all. And I get it, you know, the demand is there for vinyl, and so those who want the vinyl probably going to be priced higher than versus the compact disc. However, it is, to me, I prefer, again, the compact disc because it's cheaper, it's easier to store, and not to fall back to a retract of all the things I've listed so far at this point, but cost is important. And I can go to, I don't want to, I shop at Amazon because I have to, not because I want to, and versus the record, the compact disc is usually cheaper than the record by a considerable margin. And the irony of that is that when compact disc first came out, it was the exact opposite. It was the record that was cheaper than the compact disc. There was a time when compact disc, no matter who you bought it from, was $16.95 or higher. So there you have it. Those are my top 5 reasons why I prefer compact disc over everything else. Your list may be different. Your list is probably longer. I can only think of 5. I was asked to do 10. For some reason, I just couldn't make it beyond 7. But that's all I need. 5 is the 5 that you heard are the 5 basic reasons I do this. I love music. You love music. as I found out in the community. And so I don't know what Phil's list is probably different than mine, but I'm sure there's some overlap there. We all have one thing in common, that we all love music together, and we all love our music in the format of a physical format, be it records, tapes, compact discs, 8 tracks. So my last words to you is keep buying that music, keep listening to those records, and stay in tune with the community. Bye.
So thank you very much there, Charlie, for his 5 reasons why the CD format still rocks. And I'm going to do a follow-up video with my 5 reasons why I still love the CD format. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all your new subscribers who've recently joined the channel. Thank you for those of you who've also become members of Now Spinning, either via Patreon or PayPal. Your support enables me to do more of these videos, and we've got quite a few coming up. But thanks very much, and I'll see you on the next one.